Welcome to the Family Recovery Academy, also known as the Invisible Intervention. I'm Amber Hollingsworth, founder of Hope for Families Recovery Center, where it's our job to put families back together after the crisis of addiction. You know, for the first 10 years of my counseling career, I worked in a psychiatric hospital. Now, I had lots of different roles and responsibilities over the almost 10 years that I worked there. I was the primary therapist on the detox unit, and for many years I ran the adolescent drug and alcohol outpatient program. Those three experiences gave me a little bit of a different point of view when it comes to addiction treatment or just treatment in general. Most of the time in my role as an addiction therapist, I felt completely trapped between what my clients' goals were, which was usually to get their family off their back, and what the family's goals were, which was usually to get their loved one clean and sober and back on track. What I found there was quite a bit of resources designed to help the person with the drug and alcohol problem, but hardly anything designed to help the family. I mean, sure, there was like a family night where families would come in and watch a 1-hour lesson to learn about addiction. And yeah, sometimes there was even a family session, one family session before the person would leave the hospital and go back home. But there was this constant barrage of calls from frustrated family members, feeling desperate, stuck, and having no idea what to do about their situation. In fact, quite often I had to be the deliverer of bad news, which was usually, yeah, your loved one's coming home in a couple of days after being here at the hospital for only about a week. And the families knew for sure that the person would never go to their aftercare. And they're like, they're just gonna come back home and do the same thing. And when you talk to the client, they're just so frustrated because the family's constantly on their back and nagging them and yelling at them. It just makes them want to use even more. All of that is exactly what led me to start Hope for Families Recovery Center. Our entire program is built around not just helping people get off drugs and alcohol, but helping families deal with people who were in denial, or helping families deal with someone who was in a relapse state, or helping families understand what kind of treatment their loved one need, or even how to get them to go to treatment. And on the other side, we help people in early recovery learn how to rebuild trust with their families and develop the skills that they need to be successful for long-term sobriety. Now, we've been pretty successful with this model. In fact, I've had to add more therapists, and I've changed buildings to get bigger buildings twice. And although this method is really effective, it takes a ton of time, money, and resources. And in the end, there's really just a very limited number of people that we can help. Now, after we started our YouTube channel, we started getting lots of calls from people all over the country wanting our help. We just didn't have the ability to meet all of their needs. And that's how we came up with the Family Recovery Academy. Because there are so many basic skills and techniques that we teach the families that we work with. In fact, people would say to me all the time, man, Amber, I wish I had that on recording because I just play it back to myself because I remember, oh, Amber said to do this. And so one day I thought to myself, hey, I can do that, I can record that. And so that's what the Family Recovery Academy is. It is step-by-step instructions on how to handle all of those roadblocks and pitfalls that you may run into as a family in your journey towards recovery. So if you're a family member and you're trying to help someone go completely, that's all the way in denial, to get into recovery, there's resources for that. Or if you are a person in early recovery and you're trying to figure out how to not just maintain your sobriety, but also rebuild trust in your family and put your relationships back together, there are resources for that. So almost every day lately, I get a call or a message saying, oh my gosh, Amber, I watched your video. Did you put that out just for me? How did you know? That is exactly what I was thinking. The timing was perfect. I'd like to say that I'm just that good, but the truth is that addiction is fairly predictable. So I've tried to take all that information and put it in one place so that you can efficiently get the information that you need from your home, with privacy, on your own time, and you can select what you need at any given moment. You don't have to go from point A to point B. You can look in there, find the resource you need, and pull it out. So if you're trying to put your family back together after addiction, or if you're trying to put your family back together in the middle of addiction, consider becoming a member of the Family Recovery Academy. Okay, one last thing. You probably found us through some of our free online resources like YouTube or Facebook or our website. And so I want you to know that all the proceeds from the Family Recovery Academy go towards helping us continue to be able to provide all those free resources on an ongoing basis to anyone out there who needs them. So being a member of the Family Recovery Academy is not only going to help you and your family, but you're also going to be helping to give support and resources to all those other families out there who are battling addiction.